No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world, and I'm in here today. I got my boy Remo co-hosting, and we're very, very lucky, very excited to be having a conversation with somebody who's been making serious waves out of Chicago, really delivering the news and an up-close personal perspective on what's going on in the culture and everything. We got Trenches News masked up in the building. How you feeling, bro?
Yo, Trenches News on No Jumper.
That's crazy. You hyped that you finally made it? Because I know you ain't even been doing YouTube that long, only like a year or two, huh?
Yep. I'm excited, man. You know, to watch y'all, watch you on other too. You know what I'm talking about? Like, man, I'm talking, you know, just scrolling down, not watching you, man, but like,
Just
you know,
in general.
yeah, you know, just in general, you know, like that's motivation, man.
That's
to
fire,
get it, bro.
Yeah, no, it's motivational that you were just kind of like a regular dude a couple of years ago, and then you just been cranking out content, and then you actually are having all these different platforms having to speak to you. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially when
He
it's
came
No
in
Jumper.
here without the ski mask. I didn't recognize him. And I heard him speak in the distance. I'm like, wait, that's Trenches News.
Yeah, I know. He said to me, he's like, I can't really tell which one's him because he got the mask on. Like, what
Then
is that?
you know what I'm saying? You start talking. I'm like, wait, that's bro right there.
Yeah.
So how you start wearing the mask? Like,
It's just like I was watching 50 Cent and them, and you know what I'm talking about, and it's like if they don't know who you is, then it'll be more turn up for you because they want to know who you are. You know,
Yeah.
even if you could show them a picture of me, they still want to see me
Yeah,
for
yeah.
themselves. You know what I'm saying? So
It's like you're larger than life too, because it's like you are representing all the people out here in shiesties, robbing liquor stores and catching bodies.
I used to be I used to be the stick up kid. So yeah, that's motivation too, to let them know that you can go from that to being on No Jumper without robbing people.
Yeah, let's go. Well, you probably got to rob some people at the beginning of your career, right?
Nah.
No.
is that how you got your nickname, Swiper though?
Yeah. Take
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Right, because people probably hear that and think that you were swiping cards at a certain point, right?
No, I ain't know. I wish I would have known how to swipe them. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah. But yeah, I was taking
All right, so let's go to the very beginning, though. Tell us a little bit about where you were born and what your life was like when you were real young.
I grew up on the low end, in the projects, Madden Park projects. And it was dangerous, man, but it never affected the kids because it's like people knew they had rules, policies, and procedures, like they had structure. So no kids wanted to be with. You had to go to school. You know, it wasn't no ditching or none of that. You disrespect your mama, somebody outside the neighborhood whoop your ass. You hear me? Like, it was like community. It was a community of its own. But it was dangerous, though. Like, it was dangerous. But anybody who died back then, when I was growing up, it's like you had it coming or you did some shit and they got you.
Right. So do you remember life before drill, before Chief Keef came out and kind of changed everything? Or did you kind of come of age after that? How old are you?
Oh, yeah. 37.
You're 37?
Yeah.
Shut the f up.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming at all. I don't know. Maybe I'm naive or something, but I didn't know you were like that.
Yeah.
What? I guess that's the value of the mask right there. It's tough to guess somebody's age when they got the mask on. Okay, so you're the older days of Chicago. I heard a lot of people say this. King Yellow was saying the same thing, that back before the drill wave popped off, that things were a lot more peaceful and that it wasn't really a war like it is these days.
No, it was still wars and through the city, but it was like cliques.
Mm-hmm.
Like cliques into it with each other and but it wasn't like over no music. Everything is about a though. Like everything that happens in the streets, it's always over a like whether people want to admit it or not, from the older generation to not, it's over a female, man.
Right.
It's over a female that cause blood that trickle down, you know.
Right. Yeah, we hear that about a lot of big celebrities and too. Like that's what had what was it, Chris Brown and Diddy and Drake throwing bottles at each other in the club and stuff. That was over a girl.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. But so okay, like but as a young dude, like what were you like? What was your day-to-day like?
As a kid, man, I was just like running around. We hustling, you know. Mama was poor, so we was hustling. Like we had shut the elevators off. We had a tent. We was in the 10th floor high rise. So on the first of the month, when everybody got their groceries that's in the building, you had to pay us. We was cutting the elevator off. We'll turn the elevator off on like the 4th floor. Then we'll grab their groceries. They'll pay us to take their groceries up. We'll take them to the 4th floor and then ride them all the way to their floor, though. But we'll shut them off to get everybody money. Like, that was our main hustle.
Really?
Yeah, that was our main hustle.
What do you call that? The elevator hustle?
Yup.
That's kind of
That
wild.
was the main hustle.
Damn.
You from the low end though, right? So
Yeah,
I hear
the
that
low
everybody talk about the low end, but I also heard that you from Newtown. So like, break down the difference, or it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's just a block name.
Newtown's the name of the block.
Yeah.
And the low end is just referring to.
The low end goes from like 22nd to 55th, straight to the lake.
All right, I got you. So they're just referring to like when they say the low end, like the numbers.
Yeah.
All right, for sure.
The low end is like the numbers. Yeah.
So who else is from the low end? Because I think Mama Duck from the low end. A lot of people.
Mama Duck from the low end, Duck from the low end, Brick from the low end, L.A. Capone from the low end. Everybody damn near from the low end, man. Everybody who I can, that Katie got bands, D Wade. That's a lot of people from the low end.
Damn. All right. So, but when you were younger and everything, were you like focused on going to school, or was that something you didn't really give a shit about?
Oh, I excelled in school.
Really?
Yeah, I excelled in school. I went to after I graduated 8th grade, I went to out in the suburbs, and yeah, I excelled in school. I love school. We was going to school either for the, for the breakfast first of all, the school donuts, because we was broke as shit, like I say. Then the lunch on top of that one. Then and get an education to see the girls. So we love going to school. And the older guys, you wasn't hanging on no block if you ain't go to school. Like you was getting your ass whooped.
Really?
Yeah.
The older guys would whoop your ass
Yeah,
just because they
hell
thought you
yeah.
should be in school?
Yeah, for ditching school.
Okay.
Like they ain't play that shit. And I'm glad for that. I'm glad for like somebody had some type of respect for somebody. Like it's like this. The generation that's older than me, like in their 50s and up, like they ain't got no education. These facts. My generation got education, my age group, on to like 30, 29. Then after that, it's like a big ass hole in the wall. Like Duck and them age, Von them age, everybody dropped out. It's a hole in the wall. So it's a bunch of miseducated people.
Did you finish high school? Or?
Yeah, I finished high school, went to college. Yeah.
Really? Where'd you go to college?
Harold Washington.
Okay. For how many years?
2 years.
2 years.
Associates, business management.
You finished or you?
Yeah,
you just,
finished.
Okay.
Yeah, I about finished.
What were you planning on doing with that while you were going to school?
Run one of my daddy businesses.
Really? So
Yeah,
what did your
fun.
dad do?
He do landscaping. They opening up a new business now. But they majority of the real estate and cutting grass, landscaping.
So was your dad in the home while you were young? Because you were talking about how broke you were and everything.
My dad, oh man, I could tell you a story, Adam. I'm talking about a story
hear it.
that'll fuck you up.
Fuck me up.
So
Pause.
we had we was in the projects. We was broke. My daddy, he had came home. He had a boss that was rich as fuck. And it's a place in Chicago on the low end called Groveland, where
Okay.
rich people at, where the rich people at who got money. We had moved down there to the house. Chilling, everything. We had rich friends. They was buying us Michael Jordans and shit. Like these people who own gas stations, multiples, and like shit like that. Like they rich. The parties was different, and that's on somebody else's birthday. We was getting this shit. Like they was, what shoe size you wear? They telling your parents what shoe size you wear so they can buy you the mics on their kid's birthday.
Right.
So, we stayed down there for about 3 years. 3 years till I was like 7 years old, and we moved right back to the same apartment and the projects. My mother and my father split. They split. Once they split, my mom started getting high, and then like a year or two, my daddy ended up moving right down the hall from us. But it was still fucked up because like searching for your mother when the food stamps come on, you searching for her, and then they all gone when you do find her. Like that shit hurtful. Like that shit real.
So
hurtful.
she would get the food stamps and just spend them on drugs?
bounce with them. I tell her to the. I used to tell her to the day. Like, damn, mom, what happened to our game? She tell us to go to bed on the 24th of December, that we could play the game in the morning. We wake up on the 25th, that motherfucker gone.
Really?
Boxing there, man. We was crying, me and my brothers, my siblings. We was crying like a motherfucker.
That's a sad one right there.
So it's like, yeah.
Wow. So like, were you resentful of that? Like, or how did you feel having seen that change in your mom?
Man, that shit that like broke. I ain't just see it in my mom. Like I seen my mama go from beautiful to light skin and beautiful to like, you know, like it was shrinking her life. And all my friends' mothers and all them was like that too. Like
Really?
it was like zombies. It was like some zombie shit just hit the projects and everybody was off that shit. Like your auntie, your uncles, your, you know, older cousins, like everybody was off that shit.
We talking crack or meth or?
Crack, whatever they was doing. They was off that shit. Like mostly crack though, that crack shit. Like that'll break down any household.
Right.
Like if you off that shit, that'll break down your household eventually.
I need everybody to check out NoJumper.com. We officially started a blog. It has in-depth articles about current events, music, etc., plus all of our content in terms of podcasts, interviews, etc. And you can get some exclusive new merch if you check out NoJumper.com. So make sure you tap in.